Welcome back. Today, I'm actually going to be working on building frames to install our RV windows. Super pumped about that. What that's going to involve is cutting down 3/4 inch sanded plywood. Going to be cutting those into strips, different thicknesses for different frames of windows. And then what we'll do with that is actually be making frames similar to this to capture the window. And then we'll actually make secondary frames around them, and that'll be to catch all the framing on the inside of the bus where the walls will be attached to. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the tripod. I'm gonna keep cutting down 2-inch strips. This is doing 2-inch wide. This is 48 inches wide. So at 2-inch strips, and we'll say about an 1/8 inch for the blade, we should be able to get 22 strips out of it. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe 22 strips, 2-inch strips out of a 4-foot wide sheet, accounting for the 1/8 inch we're losing with every cut. Yeah, 22 whole strips, and then probably like a partial. So what I'm gonna do now is, I still have a couple windows to build frames for. This is the only emergency exit window that we're adding to the bus. So that's what I'm gonna do now is work on the frame for this particular one. And then I'm gonna actually I'll show you the outer frame we're making that will attach to catch all of the framing in the bus later. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, get this all measured up, cut up, and get it assembled, and then we'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I got my pieces cut out, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna glue them, and then I'm using these really small, like finish head nails or screws. So this is the frame that will actually hold the window in place. And then I'm actually gonna be building next an outer frame that will sit up about 3 inches from the surface, and that gives us something for all of the framing in the bus will actually butt up to that. So it'll be a separate frame that I'll actually slide on afterwards and attach once it's in the bus. Last night I had the missus here, and we had a really good little production going on where she would get everything lined up and squared and hold it, and I could go ahead and we pre-glue it, and then I could drill it and just run the screws in, and it was very nice. I am missing her today, and not just because of this, I just miss her. Let me set this up over here, and then I'll bring you over for a closer look. So here's the frame in the box, and just a little bit of gap for the corner of the trim. And what this does is this is pinching the metal of the bus. Sheet metal of the bus will be right here. and then we put the trim ring on, and we run screws through here, and that pinches the whole thing tight. And on the outside, you can only see this lip here. Now I'm gonna build the outer frame for this that will fit around it. Got a little hectic. Hopefully you can hear me. It started raining, so I had to pull the car back in, and it's a little crowded in here now. I just finished another frame, and I'm just gonna keep working on it. I probably won't have the camera running. Getting cramped, and it's cold and chilly and everything, so I'm gonna get the rest of these knocked out, and then the next time I see ya, we'll probably be in the bus. Hey guys, we're back here with another awesome day. We're installing windows. We're so pumped. We've already got a head start. Kelly and I, the other day, got in the two smallest windows. And it was dark, so we didn't record any of it, but we're gonna show what we're doing now, and we're gonna be installing the largest windows. The biggest windows are actually gonna be taking up, we're gonna have to cut some of the hat channel out to make room for it. Now I'm gonna come back in later and actually weld in some support tubing to act a little bit as of a header for the frame. It helps just give it more strength from what we're cutting out. So we're gonna go ahead and cut out the hat channel, mark out where the window itself is gonna go, and then we'll actually be using a jigsaw, cut the hole out, clean it up, and then set our windows in place using the frames that we had built the other day. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
What do you think about these windows so far?
They're pretty great. I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm excited for
the big ones.
Yeah.
Kelly's gonna finish up the template, and then we're gonna get it in place, cut this out, and then the fun part of putting the window in. So Kelly got the template marked out. She's measuring from the top where all of our window openings are gonna start. This it gives it a good appearance, not only on the inside, but also gives it a good appearance on the outside. So all the tops of our windows all lining up. And this gives us enough room so that the flange on the outside of the window, which is taller, does not interfere with the drip rail or the rivets on the outside. So we're just going to decide where we want to center it. We'll get it taped up. We'll mark out our outline of it, and then I'll come in with the jigsaw. We'll cut it out, and then we'll put the new window in. All right, so we have both big windows in the living room traced out, lined out where they're gonna be. So now it's cut them out. Metal cutting blades, of course, and I'm just gonna work my way around. So for some people, cutting giant holes in your car or your house can be kind of nerve-wracking, but I couldn't just be more excited or happy. It's a bit cold and my camera keeps shutting off, so you might miss some of that, but this is our biggest window. It's 5 feet wide. And we have 2, maybe 3 of these going in. And so we got the hole cut out. I'm gonna clean up the edges and then we're gonna go ahead and test fit it. And if it's good, we'll set it in place. No sides. I'm gonna hand it out to her and she's gonna help get everything lined up and help hold it in place. I'll then put the wood frame on, just like so. And then it's actually all sandwiched together with this trim ring. So while she's holding it up, I have to put the frame up in place, start adding screws in here and get it all together, and then it'll start holding itself. Confirming the direction. Okay. Here we go. Watch your fingertips. This looks pretty good. All right, you got it. First, so I'm boring holes in the top and the bottom. Just gives me a place for the jigsaw to start. Hi. So I started cutting out the hole and I broke another blade. But yeah, just following along the line. I'm gonna change out my blade. We'll get this sucker cut out. Hello, we're here again on the school bus. All of our windows are in, super pumped about that. And today is framing day.